6 weeks. 6 weeks it's taken for Insulate Britain to build a profile, I would argue, in the time they've had like no other.
Yes, I think we're all guilty of having allowed ourselves to be manipulated by a very clever group of activists here, and lots of people trying to chin stroke and wondering what on earth could be the objective of a group that at the end of the day wants to cause such disruption and seemingly alienate an awful lot of people. Well, it's very simple. They wanted to get publicity, to raise their profile, and they have done that in spectacular form. Once again today, there were news releases put out by this organisation yesterday suggesting that they were going to have some kind of big action on the M25 today. News organisations were up, even some had their news helicopters up filming this today, and of course there was some action on the A40 and then at Darfur, but nothing that had been alluded to by the group. But job done for them, because once again they were right at the top of the news agenda. And as you say, 6 weeks and they are already far better known in Extinction Rebellion, where everybody knows the name Insulate Britain and the potential disruption that they can cause.
Mark, can we ignore them?
Well, the trouble with ignoring them is it's very tempting, but then of course you get accused of trying to manipulate and censor the news. And of course people are very suspicious of news organisations at the best of time, especially if news organisations were to agree perhaps that they are not conducive to the public good. Who are we to suggest that? But if we did and decided not to cover them, we would be, I think rightly, accused of censorship. However, you know, there is a news merit and value in, of course, covering the news when they are being so disruptive. But I think, as you mentioned in your monologue there, it is very important that people should sit up and take notice of what is happening here, and that is that patience is running out very rapidly now among members of the public, and it will be only a matter of time before something very significant and serious happens. We've already seen it in recent days with a mother exasperated, I should say, by what was going on, and decided to nudge her vehicle forward. I've seen white vans and other vehicles mounting the pavement or the central reservation to get round them. It may only be a matter of time before someone is very seriously hurt here, and then of course there will be the obvious recriminations and inquiries into what on earth went wrong and how could no one ever have foreseen this.
And there'll be no satisfaction to be had from saying "told you so." Mark, thanks very much indeed. Mark White.